Welcome to Jersey's Best Podcast, your weekly deep dive into everything that makes New Jersey spectacular, bizarre, beautiful, sometimes annoying, but always the best. My name is Jeremy Schneider. I'm a food and culture reporter for NJ.com and the Star Ledger, and I'm also your host. Once again, a reminder to send episode suggestions, guest ideas, and questions to us at jerseysbestpodcast@gmail.com and follow us at Jersey's Best Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. If you like this podcast, you're going to like what we're posting there. I promise. Give us a follow. Give us some likes. I'll follow back even. We'll see. This week, Jersey's Best Podcast is laying down some Garden State ground rules because there are plenty of unwritten laws for living in New Jersey, but we don't always agree on them, and it's about time we got some clarity. I'm talking about the way we conduct ourselves as we traverse. I'm talking about the way we conduct ourselves as we traverse New Jersey's most beloved and sometimes annoying places. I'm talking about the way we treat each other while we live in this beautiful yet insanely dense populated place. I'm talking about the way we treat each other while we live in this beautiful yet insanely densely populated place. I'm talking about the way we regard other states and how we represent ourselves to the rest of the world. I'm talking about the 10 Jersey commandments. This might seem like common Jersey decency that shouldn't even need to be stated, but I've seen the NJ.com Instagram and Facebook comment sections, people, and it seems like we need a reminder. Kidding. Well, kind of. Joining me today to decree the 10 Jersey commandments is Jersey-seated comedian Nick Fierro and a returning guest on the podcast. Nick, welcome back to Jersey's Best Podcast.
Thank you for having me, Jeremy. I'm happy to be here.
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Nick. I believe this is the third time you've been on the podcast.
Who's counting?
I'm counting.
Me too. It's the third time.
Because every time I have you on, it's a lot of fun, and people say, hey, bring that funny guy on again. But every time you've been on, I feel like you do such a nice job of bringing a unique perspective on life in this state, while also blending humor, and I'm pretty sure you're confident that you. I'm pretty confident you agree. There are just certain rules we need to live by in this state.
I would agree that I don't know if there are rules per se, but I do know when people are doing something I don't like, and they should never do it again.
And I feel like as New Jerseyans, we have a lot of those, don't we?
Strong opinions based on nothing that change depending on our mood. Yes,
the mood's usually annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about 3 of these commandments. We're going to get to them in a second. Just as I was coming down the turnpike today to get to this podcast studio.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just an annoyance thing. It's also for the benefit of someone, whether you're new here, whether you're visiting. Because if you don't know what you're doing in New Jersey, this place will eat you alive.
Yeah, it will. Especially driving wise. Driving wise, no one's prepared for it. No one's ready, and no one really knows what to do. And you know what? The rules change as we're going,
and we're here to help.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of this episode. We're gonna lay down some ground rules. We're not trying to get religious here. We don't have a Mount Sinai.
That'd be awesome.
Thou shalt not steal my Taylor ham. No,
you just preach this whole time.
Yeah. I got kicked out of Hebrew school and learning center, so I don't think I'm qualified for that. But I've not been kicked out of New Jersey yet. So
no, that's not. I don't think that's possible.
Oh, you got to do something really bad, and we'll talk later about where those who break these commandments end up. I think
it's more of a now you can't leave kind of state. It's not really a get out.
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me in the Meadowlands, probably. All right, Nick, let's get down to it. It's time to get some tablets made of Taylor ham from High Point and proclaim the 10 Jersey commandments. Are you ready?
I think I am. I'm excited.
The first commandment. Thou shalt not claim to be from the New York area.
That goes double. I understand. If you're from a suburb next to a major city, Philly, New York, you kind of like, you go down to South Jersey. There's a lot of Phillies fans, a lot of Philly, gear, a lot of Pittsburgh, whatever it is. That's fine. Like your team. That's okay. We only have one team here, and it's the Devils. Like, I get it, but yeah, you're from here. You don't get to say you're from Philly. You don't get to say you're from New York. And And another thing with this whole, we both we're in Jersey City a lot. That whole 6 borough nonsense. I will give a pile driver to. It is completely insane. It's a different state. There is no such. I don't like this. We're not governed by any of that whatsoever.
Look, you and I live very close to New York City. There's people down in the Philly suburbs that live very close to Philly. if you live in New Jersey, you're in New Jersey.
Sorry.
Stop putting NJ/NYC in your Instagram bio, because you can't be in both. There's a very, very clear border. And if you want to go live in New York, that's cool, whatever. But if you're in New Jersey, if you're from New Jersey, if you're living in New Jersey, stop saying you're in the New York area. It's so unoriginal. It's so like less interesting, isn't it?
It's a little sad. All right, it's a little sad. All right, what did it ever do for you?
It's oh my God. I don't care how close you are to New York. If you're in Hudson
I can
County,
see it.
yeah,
from my
I
window.
can see. I have a beautiful view of the World Trade Center from my apartment. I'm in New Jersey.
I live down the shore. I'm from the ocean. No, you're not. No.
It's identity fraud. It's disingenuous, and also like one of the worst parts of it is then you tell someone, oh, I'm from the New York area, and then you say, where? Oh, Jersey. No, you're from Jersey. Like, be proud. Well, that's gonna be a recurring theme today. Be proud of where you're from or where you're living, because there's a reason you're here, and it's a good reason. New Jersey's awesome, and like, not even throwing shade at New York, because New York has its perks, but if you just stop lying to yourself and stop lying to everyone on the internet.
But also, if you say you're from the New York area, that's a pin in the map. If you say you're from New Jersey, there's a mystique to it, because there's a follow-up, north, south. Where if you say I'm from Jersey, you could be from. We're the 11th most densely populated, but the 4th smallest state.
No, we're the most densely populated.
Is it?
Yeah, number
Really?
1, baby.
I tried to look this up in my car on the way here.
But no, I completely agree with that. It's more interesting, because there's 8 million New Yorkers, cool, and there's a lot of New Jerseyans, but New Jersey's so much bigger. It's so much more interesting. I really hate when New Jersey bands say they're from. I don't know if it's magazines lumping them in, or if it's just them trying to like jump on the New York music thing. Don't say you're from the New York. You're not a New York area band. You're a Jersey band. We have such a rich culture of music. Like, why wouldn't you want to be part of that? Forget Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi, like the rock scene, the emo scene that's come out of Jersey. We have like freaking Halsey. We have so many cool. Why would you not want to be part of that esteemed group of New Jersey musicians?
It's sad. It's cutthroat, but people do it. People got to do it. I get it. I know a lot of bands that were like famous as New York bands that are from New Jersey. Always have been. Never really lived in New York. No, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Shouts to Wildlife. They're a bunch of New York members, but the lead singer's from Jersey, baby. Well, he lives in Jersey now.
Mm-hmm.
The second commandment: thou shalt not deny the existence of Central Jersey. This one comes up a lot. This one comes up every episode. But people,
I understand this the least.
Yeah, I don't understand and I get it if you're not from Jersey and you're like trying to dismiss Jersey, but if you're from here, and you're proud to be from here, and you love this state. I've heard plenty of people that take great pride in being from New Jersey say, there's no Central Jersey. It's like, if you don't think Central Jersey exists, you haven't been to Central Jersey.
Everything has a middle. I don't understand this. Like, I'm wearing a belt right now. Like, you have a scent. Everything has a scent. To solve this, I think just slap an air tag on a goose, wherever that goose is. That's Central Jersey. That's fine. And wherever he goes, north, south, the dividing line could be him. I don't care. You don't need to decide exactly where it is. That's fine. But acknowledge the fact that we have a gooey center. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I understand the debate about what Central Jersey is or where Central Jersey is, but to say it doesn't exist, and people are, everything south of Newark Airport is South Jersey. Like, that's shortchanging South Jersey, because there's no way in hell Elizabeth is South Jersey or Westfield is South Jersey. I spent a lot of time in Central Jersey. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of really cool towns. Shout out to Edison. Shout out to New Brunswick. Shout out to Metuchen, a fun up and coming city that I'm pretty sure in a previous podcast said shouldn't exist anymore. But I take that back. I love Central Jersey. One of the biggest Indian American populations in the country is in Central Jersey, and you get some of the. Let me look this up real quick, because I want to make sure I get the. It is. Hold up. Indian food, Central Jersey. There's a specific road that I want to. Oh, Oak Tree Road. Yes, Oak Tree Road in Central Jersey, home to some of the best Indian food in America. I don't understand why people think it's cool or necessary to deny the existence of one of this state's many different subcultures.
I think I know why. I think it's because we like arguing, and it doesn't matter about what. It doesn't matter about what. And I'm sure we'll get to other things that people are just argumentative about for no reason. This is a beautiful example of something that we will just. There's so many of us. We're on top of each other. We need to sort of like divide each other into little groups just so we can fight. It's like the Warriors a little bit, where we're just these roving factions of little like street toughs. But Central Jersey, can't it just be a feeling? Can't it just be an idea?
It's and we can. I mean, if we want to discuss, for me, I've always said, and I think I've said this before, that it's Central Jersey. It's kind of the area between 78 and 180. But it also it's Central Jersey's like pornography. I can't define it, but I know it when I see it.
You could have said art, but you said pornography.
Art, sure, whatever.
Also, I love how like I do think that there's a North Jersey attitude, a South Jersey attitude, and a Central Jersey attitude, and they're not necessarily geographically linked. Like Vernon and South Jersey have a lot more in common than Vernon and Patterson. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's just something like when you go out to like West Milford, that has more in common with like the Pine Barrens than it does with Parsippany.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's an interesting point. I do feel like there's certain like different sections of the state that also feel connected. But I just took a drive out to Sussex for this pizza story we just did, and I felt like I was in a different state, which leads me to a bigger point that I don't understand why this hasn't been adopted. It's not just north and south. It's not just north central south. You have north central south shore west at a minimum. Because the
minimum
and to suggest otherwise is to shortchange, is to discredit just how diverse and interesting and varied this state is. Because Central Jersey has a distinct vibe compared to the rest of the state, and it's funny because this is a state that has such a little brother like a inferiority complex. Hence the podcast. And I feel like Central Jersey in some ways is the little brother within the little brother. Right? Like, cause they have to fight because like people make fun of Jersey, but they don't deny its existence. But we like even in New Jersey, it's like but Central Jersey, you don't even exist. And it's like what the hell is going on here?
If only there were a way to geographically divide a landmass. If there were a way to like categorize it by land and water markers, maybe like 10, 20, maybe 21. Maybe county-wise, we could just divide each other.
But the counties get tricky. And when I think Central Jersey, I think Middlesex County is like, that's Central Jersey.
It's got middle in it.
Yeah, boom. I hadn't even thought about that.
I'm not a smart person.
I disagree. But I do think that this leads us to a potential episode where we draw out a map of where everything is. That'll be a lot of fun. But the next commandment, thou shalt not drive slow in the left lane. Brother,
man,
on my drive down here, I found myself getting stuck behind some slow drivers.
We were both behind the same funeral procession.
There was a funeral
on the turnpike.
Which really leads me to say, when I die, hopefully in many years, I don't care where I get, I have thoughts about where I get buried. Chris Gethard wants to be buried in Essex County, which great song with John Collis. But when I want my funeral procession to be on the turnpike and the parkway and finish at Route 22. Like leave me where I felt like I was dying in traffic a million times anyway.
Not paying the toll.
No,
no, just who cares? I'm on my way out.
Bill me, baby. No, but the
send the bill to hell.
Route 22 is hell. Why do people get? And look, if you're in the right lane and you're white knuckling it, you're an old person with the left turn signal on for 3 miles. Do your thing. God bless. You're not hurting anybody. You're in the right lane. But if you're in the left lane and you're driving slow, and look, I'm not saying you have to go 100 miles an hour. Don't do that. That ends poorly. I've found out.
Or do it. It's fun. Do it. It's awesome.
It's all fun and games until they pull you over. No, but what are you doing camping in the left lane? And it's one thing if it's a out of state plate. Like if I'm stuck behind a Pennsylvania driver, I expect it. New York driver, expect it. But if you're from Jersey, you should be with the shits. You should know what's up. You know how we drive. We're going a little bit over the speed limit on the parkway, on the turnpike. Like, what are you doing here? Is your first day in New Jersey?
As long as I've been alive, the stereotype of us being bad drivers has existed. So like I'm not gonna clutch my pearls over somebody driving terribly. But it is unreal to me how like getting on the parkway or the turnpike here, how someone will be in the left lane going 40 miles an hour when there's, or listen, if you want to go slow in one lane, fine, but don't keep pace with the car in the lane next to you also going very slow. Give me some wiggle room. Let me like zoom around you or something like that. Listen, and I've gotten distracted in the past before, and I've been that guy who's been in the left lane and just like taking in the lovely day, or probably taking a dumb picture of the sunset that I'm never going to do anything with because that's what we do here. So yeah, I've been it. But, you know.
It's just, and what am I trying to say here? It's embarrassing for me. Like if I get brighted by the person behind me and they're not just being a dick, like if I'm going 90 miles an hour, which I never do, Dad, I promise. And they blight me, I'm like, all right, come on, man. You're being excessive. But if I deserve to get brighted, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe, I'm not obeying the commandments. I'm going too slow in the left lane. It's a cliche thing, but it happens.
This will lead me to a point, and this might resonate. If you're doing something wrong in traffic, if you're driving poorly and someone flashes their lights and honks at you and you are clearly in the wrong, a caveat to the commandment, you are still allowed to get mad at them like you're justified, even though you're completely wrong. You're still, if someone honks at you for doing the wrong thing in traffic, you're still allowed to be like, you know, get angry, flip them off.
I'm driving here.
You could take your hands off the wheel and go like this and go, I'm driving here to no one. No one will, but do it.
There's something so infuriating about getting honked at, even if you deserve it.
We're one big moral victory in this state. We really are.
We're better than you.
We're one big, like, I got him on some level, even though we didn't.
Please, I mean.
You ever thrown a handful of pennies at a car?
Pause? What? No?
No.
Have you done that?
Of course not. You can fingerprint pennies. Why would I do that? You ever just roll down the window?
I want to now, kind of, but I also feel,
give him the old Army of Lincolns. Teach him some sense.
It's adding
Eat
up.
some sense into him. I don't know. None of this is real.
Are you talking about like rolled up or like loose?
No. What? A roll?
Because
dude.
I've heard of people like putting a
roll.
roll of pennies in their hand when they punch someone. But.
Yeah, but those don't scatter when you're going 80.
It's looking like Sonic on the parkway.
Pennies from heaven.
Pennies from hell if it's a parkway.
Mm-hmm.
Or the turnpike. Thou shalt not drive slow in the left lane. Our next commandment, thou shalt respect the boss. And if you need to ask who the boss is, get out of the state. Just leave. Go back to New York or Pennsylvania or Florida, whatever.
And even if you don't like him, respect him.
That's what
respect is the word.
I'm not asking you to like Bruce Springsteen's music. If I have to ask you to do that, you have bad taste in music. But he is the representation of New Jersey. He is our most famous celebrity. He is the most unabashedly proud to be from New Jersey. He's here. You see him walking around the shore all the time. Anytime it happens, we write an article, and I feel like it happens once a week, and it happens often on days he's released a new song, so we have to write multiple stories. He's a man of the people. He is one of the most legendary, most prolific musicians of all time, and he is ours.
He made saxophones cool.
Clarence Clemens did that.
Springsteen, as a musical entity, brought saxophones. Fourth grade playing the sax. I was like, this is actually cool. Me and Lisa Simpson.
Wait, is that you? Bruce Springsteen got you playing the sax?
That was the example of like cool saxophones that I had growing up.
Dude,
I will tag. Can I tag on the Bouncing Souls to this too?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, respect. I mean, look, I think you got to respect New Jersey musicians in general. Love the Souls.
But Springsteen didn't he get a DUI on the beach?
He did.
On a motorcycle.
And he ate it like a champ. He kept it real. He didn't imagine being the cop that pulled over Bruce Springsteen.
No PBA card.
Yo, I mean, he has a face card, and it's aging like fine wine. The man is handsome. The man like I get mad. I see the pictures of him posing with like he just posed with the owner of Mutiny Barbecue down in Asbury. Fun story, cool thing. And it's like, you're in your 70s and you're looking this good. I wish I looked that good now.
See him a couple years ago, he did that like sliding crotch slide across the stage, and he like hit the camera with his junk. Yeah. It was nuts.
I enjoyed that. It was just like, that's
what a guy.
That was Jersey being like, bam. No, you don't have to like his. I mean, and not all his music is great. He's had a few clunker albums, but on the whole, they're pretty great. Born to Run, Nebraska, Born in the USA. I love The Rising too, but if you I mean, like, I don't know, it frustrates me when people are like, oh, I don't even like Bruce Springsteen. All right, then keep your mouth shut.
You don't have to.
No, you don't have to like him. He's our guy. He's ours. We like, there is something very Jersey about just riding for someone blindly, regardless, and that's us with Bruce Springsteen. Like he is. I mean, we don't have a president in New Jersey because that's not how politics works. Maybe it should. I don't know. If there was a president of New Jersey, it would be Bruce Springsteen. He's the mayor of New Jersey, the president, whatever you want to call it. He's our guy. Respect him.
I think it's also he was the guy who was unapologetically a New Jersey guy from the beginning, as opposed to some other New Jersey musicians who, once they made it, acknowledged that they were from here.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how far along into Bon Jovi's career that he even talked about it. And I'm not going to look it up either, because that's not what I'm doing here.
Bruce Springsteen obeys these commandments. I think he would co-sign these. Bruce, come on the podcast.
That'd be cool, man.
In a similar vein, the next commandment: thou shalt not covet thy neighboring state's food. Look, there's good food in New York. There's good food in Pennsylvania. I've imbibed. I've had food in these places.
You had Delaware ravioli. Anybody ever give you the old Delaware
it's
ravioli?
Filled with like mediocrity. Cheap shot. Oh, wow, I'm in Delaware.
What is there to do?
We have a green screen right now. We could absolutely do the Wayne's World thing. No, but there's other great food around us. But that meme. It's like you don't have to buy that. We have that at home.
Can I ask you that? Yeah. How do you stand on Jersey Shore cheesesteaks?
I love Midway.
Is that not coveting?
No
question.
But that's okay. So that's the thing. Here we talk about New York pizza. Mm-hmm. We have Jersey pizza, which is just as good, if not better. Mm-hmm. Listen to the previous episode of Jersey's Best Podcast where Pete Genovese and I discussed New Jersey versus New York pizza. Want to talk cheesesteaks? Mm-hmm. Philly? Okay, they're good. You know what else is good? Donkey's Place in Camden, which Anthony Bourdain was the best cheesesteak in Philly. Another geographical anomaly. We have so much good food in New Jersey. And I'm not saying don't go eat in other states. I mean, if you're in another state, you got to eat, whatever. I just hate when people are like, oh, well, like, you can't get good food in New Jersey, or like, oh yeah, I like that, but have you had so and so in New York? Yeah, Donkey's Place is good, but have you been to Angelo's? It's like, New Jersey has the best food in the country, like pound for pound. I'm that's not me being like grandiose. I really think that we are the best food state for the variety, for the culture, for just the numerous options. Like, we can't even agree on what the best pizza in New Jersey is, but whatever it is better than the best pizza in New York.
The best pizza in New Jersey is currently operating out of Los Angeles, and it's Sean Lango at Secret Pizza.
Sean, come on the podcast. Secret Pizza, baby.
The best. When he was making them in Harrison on a stone in his own oven, they were phenomenal. And now
New Jersey food is so good that the best. Let's put it this way: the best pizza in California is made by a New Jerseyan.
Is New Jersey pizza?
The best pizza in New York, which has now been claimed the best pizza in the world, Una Pizza Napolitana, Anthony Mangieri. He's from New Jersey. Mm-hmm. We make the best pizza. We make the best food. I'm not saying you don't have to go eat other places, but stop. Don't ever act like we don't have it here just as good, if not better. New Jersey food is phenomenal. It's a reason I have a job as a food writer, and it's because we care this much and we eat this much, and the food is this damn good.
I have my palate is completely dead from a lifetime of just gummy worms and scotch, and I can still say that I have strong opinions on our pizza. And it's very good. And also, I was a kid who just ate the crust off of it. I was such a picky eater when I was a kid. I would just eat the crust.
Only the crust.
I would until like I was 20 years old. I would just eat the crust and then flip it upside down and peel the crust off the bottom and then throw the rest away.
I've heard of people not eating the crust.
So listen to me. Wow. I know what I'm talking about.
And you grow up to be big and strong, just like Nick.
I'm so tired all the time.
That's hilarious. No, look, I've made trips to New York for specific foods. I've made trips to Philadelphia for specific foods. One time I drove to Wawa in Pennsylvania, in Philly, for Wawa pizza.
Have you talked about the mustard pie in Trenton?
Oh, it's the best. I love it. So good. We have like 15.
Why does it work?
It's the ketchup and mustard thing.
It's so good.
It's the acidity of the mustard with the sweetness of the tomatoes. If you don't know what we're talking about, listen to the pizza episode. We talked all about it. Jersey food's amazing. It might be my single favorite component of New Jersey life is just the embarrassment of culinary riches that we have in this state, in this tiny little, like, however square miles. So much good food.
There was a place in Little Falls for a while that was just doing like coal-fire pizza, but they would put a lemon in a deli slicer, so you could like rind and all, and they would put it on top of the pizza, and it would like melt in your mouth. And I have no idea. It was just one guy making these.
Was that wasn't BVO years ago?
I believe it was.
Oh yeah, Tommaso.
Yeah,
he's the mastermind.
Oh yeah.
He sold his pizzeria to someone new, and they're operating in Montclair now, and it's very good.
Still slicing lemons.
I don't know about the lemon. I've seen a lot of lemon pizzas. He started it. The next commandment. This one, I feel like this is just common sense. Thou shall no. The next one is, thou shall not be a Benny or a Shuby. Now that's not to say that you can't be a North Jerseyan going down the shore, or a West Jerseyan, or whatever. Hell, you can even be from New York and come to one of our beaches, because our beaches are better than New York beaches. Trust me, I've been to Rockaway.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's not. It's fun. It's not. The Jersey Shore is way better. But when you get there, know how to act. Know what you're doing. We've written numerous stories about proper beach etiquette, and I swear, you can tell the Shubies and the Bennies. It's not what they're wearing. It's not that they have shoes on the beach, or that they have a train ticket because they came from New York. It's the way they're acting like they've never been on a beach before. It's the way they're not respecting anybody's space. It's the way they're kicking sand. It's the way they're leaving food out so seagulls are attacking. Act like you've been there, people.
I am guilty of some of these things. I wore combat boots on the beach throughout high school because, of course. But I also am I think it's funny when people leave food on the beach and seagulls go crazy. Nothing makes me happier, because it's theirs, and we're people. Like, they're marine birds.
Marine birds.
They're great.
Marines.
They're aquatic, semi-aquatic. Yes. I don't know. They're beach boys. They're beach birds. And I think it's really funny when someone brings pizza to the beach and they go crazy. That being said, if you have a wireless speaker on the beach, I hope the batteries explode in your pocket.
This is controversial. I've talked about this on the beach episode. We don't. I don't want to hear music on the beach, really.
Stop it. You're at the beach. You put on headphones.
They exist.
What are you doing?
You got AirPods. No, yeah. and if you're going to play music, make sure it's chill, and make sure it's at a proper volume.
Make sure it's off. Make sure it's on headphones. Make sure I don't have to listen to it.
No, but I think that blasting shitty music at the beach is just a big red flag, very obvious Betty Shuby behavior. And the beach is one of the greatest places in New Jersey. It's one of the things we're known for. We're at the end of, we're kind of in the middle of local summer right now. I just had a lovely day at Asbury Park right before See Here Now, and it just don't ruin it.
Yeah,
act like you know what you're doing, and like, if you have to ask a friend, I mean, I don't know. Anytime I write about beach etiquette stuff or talk to people about beach etiquette, everyone has big opinions.
Here's what it comes down to. Ask yourself, would a bad guy in an '80s cartoon do this? If you have a boombox on your shoulder and you're screaming and throwing bottles and cans around and calling somebody a twerp, yeah, you're not being a nice. I think people know what's good and what's not. I think temporarily people go, you know what, this is my vacation, this is my week, I'm going to do me. And I think you're being, whatever.
I'm just hung up on the fact that you said twerp. That was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we have to protect the beaches, people. And that's not just from pollution. It's from noise pollution. It's from jerks on the beach. Don't just
look and get wild. That's what the beaches are for. You're there to have a good time. You're there to cut loose. You're not wearing shoes. Your pants and your underwear are connected while you're in the ocean. It's a wild time. Like, it's unprecedented. Get a little crazy, but make sure you don't ruin. Do whatever you have to have the most fun without subtracting from somebody else's fun. Like, my dad and I got one of those big heavy-duty inner tubes that's supposed to get dragged behind a speedboat, and we took it to Ortley Beach and just dragged it into the water when I was like 10, and we were riding waves on it. And eventually the lifeguards had to be like, you guys have to stop. We were like, why? Because we were like 10 feet up in the air on a wave, and it would just flip over, and we'd land upside down. We'd get trapped underneath it because it had this netting in it. And we were like almost hitting other people. And like some 17-year-old lifeguard had to be like, you normally have to tell whole families not to do this. But it was the best. It was the best time of my life.
But you weren't hurting anybody, were you?
Nope.
Other than yourself.
Nope.
The next commandment. thou shalt not pump thy own gas. And I got thy and thou into that one. I'm psyched on that. This is a legal thing. We're not allowed to pump your gas in New Jersey.
Why is that?
There's a whole thing. I love not having to pump my own gas. I love letting someone else do it for me because, look, I'm someone who does most things for myself. I do my own laundry. I clean my own apartment. Blah blah blah. But so I get to be a luxurious gentleman when I go to the gas station and say, "Fill up regular, please."
Taxes and gas. It's the only thing I'm not doing myself.
That's-
I don't trust. I would rather give myself an appendectomy than pump my own gas. I truly do not. I blank every time I have to. When I'm going, if I drive up through Connecticut, that old 2-lane road after 95.
Merritt Parkway, yeah.
Every time I have to get gas on that stretch of road, I start to shake like a chihuahua in the rain. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea. And I've probably pumped my own gas maybe twice a year since I've been driving. Probably, maybe more or less. Panic every time because I never know if there's
Panic at the gas station.
I chimed in screaming, hasn't it?
Has anyone ever
pump 12.
Closing the goddamn gas tank?
That being said, I have in this state at the gas station by my house, I have driven away with the handle in my car.
How'd that go?
I wasn't pumping my own gas, so you might ask, how is that even possible? And I just thought to myself, it's been enough time. It's probably back in the pump where it belongs, and it wasn't. And I pulled away, and I heard ka-thunk, and I looked, and I had ripped it out of the pump. It's held on with really strong magnets, and there's an immediate shut-off valve.
Oh, okay,
so
good.
like
so there wasn't gas going everywhere.
No, it's fine. You can actually do it. They don't really care. And the guy walks over, and I was super apologetic. He's like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. And he just goes, it's one less pump I got to worry about today. I'm like, beautiful. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Less work for me.
He couldn't have cared. And then I drove away, and I just watched him kind of pick it up and like walk. He threw it over his shoulder like a dead snake and just walked back into the station. And no one got gas at Pump 4 that day.
Nick,
can't be trusted.
You need to have your own podcast. It's just the life and times of Nick Fierro.
About things I've broken, municipal damage.
the things that you tell, like we discussed what we're going to talk about on the podcast before we start recording, and he said, I'm going to mention this, I'm going to mention that, and then the things that come up, it's like, where the hell? Your brain is such a wonderful place.
I will say this: I felt so powerful that day.
Yeah,
I ripped apart part of a gas station with my tiny gray car.
You had taken the sword out of the stone. You lifted Thor's hammer, but it was gas.
I wanted to keep it so bad.
Could you?
I'm sure. I mean, what are they going to track me down? Yeah. I mean, I go to that gas station. It's my gas station. I don't want to be like.
Wait, where is this?
The one right in the corner by. I don't want to say where I live.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
I got a lot of enemies out there because of my strong opinions on tying an AirTag to a goose.
It's nonsensical that we don't pump our own gas. And look, there are times where like if you're in a rush, and they're taking their sweet time, it gets real frustrating. They're like, "Come on, man! Like I gotta." But you know what? I'm not gonna break the law. I'm a rule follower, and I'm gonna let them pump the gas because I feel like every time there have been times where they've taken too long, and I've been like, "Oh hell, I'll do it myself." And then as soon as that happens, they appear out of nowhere and they give you that glare, and you're like, "All right, I gotta go back in my car. This is not my domain. I can't pump this gas." Other states, sure, not in Jersey.
Also, it's nice to have a guy. It's nice to have a person. Like that, their purpose isn't to be my friend or anything, but like some people go an entire 24 hours without interacting with a human being. You put what you want in on a tablet, you swipe your card, you tap this shit. I want to say, how you doing? Fill it up regular, please. Thank you. At least that. I've talked to a human being today, and I'm sure it's not reciprocated on the other end. He's not like, thank God I got to talk to that idiot in his car.
Gonna pull the pump apart.
Lowering his harsh noise music on the like so he could scream.
Oh man, I will say in the winter, when we don't have to get out of the, when it's cold as hell out.
Make somebody else do it.
Yeah, it's job creation. You know, we're helping the economy by being lazy. I think Oregon was the only state that previously allowed that we weren't allowed to pump your own gas, and that's gone now. So we're the last one standing. Anytime New Jersey is the only state doing something, I'm gonna stand on business with that and be proud of it. So. Thank you for abiding by that, people.
I truly don't know how to do it. Do you lift the handle? I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've done it. I've spilled it too. I love the smell of gas too.
I was in Toronto or I was in Montreal one time and I had to pump my own gas, and it was
liters, right?
On top of not knowing how to do it normally, it was also in French, and I almost gave up. We live here now.
Yeah.
Bonjour, mon ami.
Comment ça va? The next commandment: Thou shalt respect Taylor ham and pork roll boundaries.
Now, boundaries.
Boundaries for me is, and I'm on the record with this. I'm tired of the Taylor ham pork roll debate.
Same.
I'm tired. It's exhausting. It's at the point where if I mention it on the podcast, people comment, and whether if I say Taylor ham, people say it's pork roll. If I say it's pork roll, people say it's Taylor ham. It's whatever it is, where it is. So this commandment is to say, if you're in Taylor ham territory, just call it Taylor ham. If you're in pork roll territory, call it pork roll. If you're in that ambiguous Central Jersey area where it could be either one, just ask or call it whatever it is on the menu, because
Call it what it is on the menu, please.
we argue too much in this state. I say that as someone who professionally argues in this state. Can we just take this one off the board? Can we just can we please find some middle ground? Because I don't, as someone who grew up calling it Taylor ham, I don't care if you call it pork roll. It's delicious either way. Like, we're gonna eat it. The one thing we can agree, we don't know what to call it. We don't know. So might not know how to prepare it. Some people say, "Oh, you gotta put it on the sandwich like this. You gotta put ketchup, no ketchup, salt, pepper." Putting salt on a Taylor ham sandwich is insane. You're gonna kill yourself. But we agree it's delicious. It is salty, fatty, briny, porky glory by any name. Just call it New Jersey meat. I don't call it whatever you want. Just I'm so tired of this, guys. The number of comments I get, the number of complaints I get, and I just alternate in the stories at this point. But my God, can we put this one to bed?
I got something for you. I actually threw Taylor ham pork roll into an anagram generator just to try to see if there was a word that combined it all. I don't know. Arlie Armpole Rothko doesn't really ring, doesn't
No,
really
I
roll
love
off the
that.
tongue. Arlie Ark Oomph Troll, pretty good. But as long as I know what you're saying, I don't care. If someone goes, "Hey, can I get if someone walked up to, if I had it in my pockets and someone was like, "Hey, can I get a slice of pork roll out of your pocket?" I wouldn't be like, "I don't have any pork roll." Oh, I've got a pocket full of Taylor ham, you idiot. And I'm not gonna I know what you mean. As long that's what language is, right? As long as I know what you mean. The words that you're saying with your face go into my head, and then it makes ideas happen in my brain, and I know what you're talking about. So if you say pork roll, I know, oh, he's saying Taylor ham. Right? It's fine, right? It's like that little fish in the ear in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You say pork roll, I hear Taylor ham. I don't care. I don't care at all.
I think it's silly, and it's taking one of, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's just for us to take a very Jersey thing. We all agree it's like the official breakfast meat of New Jersey. I don't think that's been ratified by the government, but it should be.
What else could it be?
Phil Murphy, you only got a few more months. Might as well make it official. Imagine that. Imagine Murphy as my last act as governor. It is officially called pork roll. Boom, I'm out. As if people weren't already mad at the government.
At least once, do you think a cause of death has been pork roll or Taylor ham, and the coroner has argued over what to put on the certificate?
He choked on Taylor ham. No, he
No,
didn't.
he didn't.
It was pork roll.
Inconclusive.
Inconclusive.
Cause of death unknown.
And I mean, if you have the nerve to go to a South Jersey diner and look a diner waitress in the eyes and say, "Let me get Taylor ham, egg, and cheese," I mean, you're stronger than I am, because I would. They could call it whatever they want. I'm not brave enough to take on especially a South Jersey diner waitress. I feel like that's built different.
Any diner server whatsoever just that they're stronger. They're faster.
Shouts to Miss America Diner. They gave my buddy a hard time recently for his order, and the girl he was with was cracking up because apparently the waitress loved her, but was giving him so much shit. Like, "Oh, you don't want cheese in your omelet?" And you got it. He's like, "Well, I thought there was cheese." Like, "You got to specify." And this is probably getting cut.
It's like when they're mean to you at Patsy's.
Oh,
it's the
I mean,
best.
best. It's already been I had a therapy session with Pete Genovese in a previous episode where I talked about how I like when diner waitresses are mean to me. It's like
it's not. It's our love language is hate.
Yes,
I don't know.
Yes, it is. Oh man, please, Taylor ham pork roll. Just call what it is on the menu, and we'll have one lesson to worry about.
The only thing I won't stand for is calling it both at the same time. As much as I want the conversation to end, I hate that resolution.
Yeah,
I would rather. Why that bothers me.
I would rather us all agree it's Taylor ham or pork roll than call it Taylor pork roll. That feels That feels like bipartisanship gone wrong.
Spammy DeVito.
It's the best thing I've ever heard. Did you know have we talked about how Danny DeVito likes his pork roll?
We haven't.
I'm sorry. The number of dumb food conversations I have on a daily basis, I forget who I've talked to what about.
I picture him in his Oswald Cobblepot makeup, pulling a slice out, going, "Have a button," and he just sticks a piece of Taylor ham onto your shirt.
Danny DeVito, fame. I mean, he was in some interview, and I give him so much credit for this. Just like Danny DeVito, thank you for being you. Someone asked him about Taylor ham, and I forget if he called it pork roll or not.
Couldn't care less.
Dan DeVito could call it whatever. Danny DeVito, you call what you want wherever you are.
Birthday cake for all I care, Danny.
A Taylor ham birthday cake would be nice. But he enjoys a Taylor ham sandwich, Taylor ham, mustard, and lettuce on a roll. Let me make sure.
Good.
Danny
Yes.
DeVito.
Fine. Is the Taylor ham cooked in this scenario?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I went and tried it. I went to
just mustard lettuce.
Yeah.
What purpose? Okay, fine.
Yo, check it out.
You know what? Good. It's shredded.
It was delicious.
Shredded,
I mean, when it
I was
comes
not
down
picturing.
to it, it's yo, this is the pop up as Danny DeVito. Oh my gosh.
Love that
But
man.
yeah, I went to Dixon Deli in Jersey City and had this, and it's delicious because it's Taylor ham. It's pork roll. It's very good. Second to last commandment: Thou shalt not Jersey. What does that mean? Stop perpetuating stereotypes. I don't think we do this, frankly. But I mean, anytime someone asks you what exit or says, "Oh, gabagool," and if you're not from here, our culture is not your costume. Just because you watch Sopranos doesn't mean you get to do this. Just because you've been on the Parkway doesn't mean you can go what exit. I think it's important for us to not play into the stereotypes that New Jersey is often saddled with.
Yeah, and whenever anybody does, not that I encounter that too much, really, mostly because whenever anybody does the what exit thing was from one bit in the 70s from Joe Piscopo. Like we can let that go. That's like where's the beef? Like that's fine. It's all said and done. But whenever anybody does says any sort of Jersey stuff, I always like to play like, what do you mean? Just what do you mean? What do you mean? And then have them try to elaborate, and they can't.
It's like, oh, you're making fun of a state that's better than yours.
What do you mean? What do you? I don't know.
And I'm very proud of our culture. I'm very proud of the components of our. I mean, I love the Parkway. I love the Turnpike. I love the Sopranos. I love gabagool from a very good Italian deli. We have millions of them. But
you say gabagool.
Gabagool.
Do say gabagool.
Yeah, gabagool. It's so.
Am I the only capicola man?
You're allowed to say it. You're Italian, right?
I don't. I'm like I said, I live off gummy worms and bank lollipops.
In 2025, that's girl dinner, dude. You're doing it right.
Bank lollipops.
Bank lollipops.
They taste different. You don't even have to have an account. They don't check. Go in, grab a couple, hit the road.
Thought it was a lollipop. It was a pen. No,
Lollipop's terrible.
It tastes like ink.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Squid ink, a lollipop. I don't play into the stereotypes. Come on, and we joke about
as
it.
As we're behind this.
No, but that's
gabagool.
Yeah,
we're allowed to do
stereotypes.
It. No, what are you talking about? No stereotypes. What do you mean? What do you mean?
We're not all mobbed up. We're not all wearing.
I ain't
fur
pumping my
coats.
own gas. No stereotypes. What do we do?
It's a kind of just like everything else in Jersey, though. We're allowed to make fun of it. You're not allowed to make fun of it. But I also think when you're when you're out in the wild talking to other states about our state, don't. If when I say I'm from Jersey and the first thing they say, oh, I love Sopranos, like, cool, that's one of 1,000 different things that make up our culture, and it's silly to distill it down to just that. Obviously, love Sopranos, but that doesn't mean we're so much more than that. And also, no one fucking says Jersey. No one here talks like that.
No one does that. I'd welcome that. I'd welcome just a real goofy person saying Jersey. Sure. All right. Look at you.
I'm from New Jersey. How you doing?
You a clown? What is this?
It's a caricature. And this, I mean, look, we play into extremes on this podcast because it's part of the bit. But truly, this to try to make it sound like this state is just mobbed up and Italian meats and Parkway exits is just a real disservice to what is an incredible state that has so much more than that. I'd like to think that we highlight that here. But it just, and I think it's getting better. And I think it's also just, I feel like Jersey is prouder than it used to be. I think that we're kind of coming up in the world in some ways. It's not just that our food is getting better or that, we have hot neighborhoods or whatever, or people are just sick of living in New York and feeling they're moving here. But I think Jersey's on the up, and we're much more than Jersey.
I didn't know we had an identity as a state until I was like out of high school, I think. Because I went from living here my whole life to moving to Staten Island. And that's when I was like, oh, there are thoughts about where I come from. I had no idea.
Oh, no, I felt the same way. When I was in high school, and so many things, so many key components of our culture and life that I thought were just life everywhere. I didn't realize that people didn't have great bagels outside of here. I didn't realize that people that, like going to places that were less diverse than New Jersey. I was like, what do you mean you're just all white people? This is and so I do think it takes leaving this state to appreciate this state.
Yeah, I had to move from New Jersey to just a more concentrated form of New Jersey. Moving from Jersey to Staten Island was like moving from orange juice to just a spoonful of Tang powder. It was just moving from wind to a hurricane. Yeah. My Lord.
Yeah. On that note, the last commandment, thou shalt honor thy state.
Mm-hmm.
You're from Jersey. We kind of hit on this a little bit, but just if you're from New Jersey, you're representing New Jersey. You might be the only person from New Jersey that the person you're talking to meets. You're representing us. You don't make us look bad. Don't play into the stereotypes. Don't act stupid. Don't do the fist pumping Jersey Shore shit because your friends want to make those jokes when you're out in the West Village or whatever. No, we're New Jersey. Be proud. You're from here. We have our own culture. We have our own. This kind of sums everything up. Just honor us. Be proud to be from here, and carry your birthplace or carry your state of residency with pride.
But also, what's done is done. So burn it down. Damage done. I think God knows how many seasons of Jersey Shore and when the cheese ball guy on MTV back in the day. What's done is done, and we've got this beautiful Hudson moat protecting our castle from the rest of the New York metropolitan area, to the point where I can get from my front door to McDougal Street, the neon beauty of McDougal in New York, in under a half hour. And when I tell other people from New York that I live in Jersey, they go, "Oh man, you came all the way out?" You can see it from here. I can swim across it.
Yeah, if the river's frozen, I could have walked.
Yeah,
but
or paddleboarded like Scott Holt.
I once saw a man kayaking across the Hudson, and he's like, "Fuck the path. I'm gonna take a boat."
Well, that was New Jersey comedian Scott Holt. Paddleboarded across the Hudson in a business suit with a big cell phone, and he had a briefcase full of papers, and he opened it up and papers were flying everywhere. Didn't record it himself, did no social media, any of it. He relied completely on passersby and news cameras to document the entire thing, and he got on the cover of the New Yorker as a cartoon.
It's giving Eric Andre. I mean that major complimentary.
And when he got to the other side, the cops were there waiting for him, and he just goes, "I'm late for a meeting," and just took off. Legend.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, Scott.
Honor New Jersey. You're from here. It's I think more than anything. I mean, this is kind of all of them rolled up into one. Be proud to be from here. Know how to act when you're here and when you're not here, because it's so infuriating, and it's happening less and less. I think people are respecting Jersey more and more, but just we got something beautiful and awesome here. Don't take no shit off nobody.
And protect Krausers at all costs.
This didn't come up. Yes.
No, protect Krausers. Listen, I'm a Wawa 7-Eleven quick check guy. I make my rounds. There have been days where I've gone to all three in one day. Protect Krausers. When the last Krausers goes, Mad Magazine is funnier from Krausers. A Yoo-Hoo is sweeter from Krausers. A lottery ticket is a little bit luckier from Krausers. When the last one is done, I will scruff myself like the Lorax, and I will hover to Pennsylvania. It's over. Love me a Krausers.
I speak for the Krausers. Nick Fierro, I can't think of anyone who would defend Krausers like that. I'm team just Wawa in this debate, but I grew up going to Krausers, so respect. Those are the 10 commandments. Please abide by them. If you don't, Nick, if those who break the 10 commandments, the 10 Jersey commandments, where do they end up? And what would hell for New Jerseyans be?
I love that I get to decide this. This
Yeah.
is great. I'm going to say this. If you obey all of them or you break all of them, you're probably still equally a bad or good person. I have no idea. Like, I think heaven and hell is the same place for everybody in New Jersey, and I think it's Sarasota, Florida. Like, what's order to the spider is chaos to the fly. It's it's Sarasota is it. It's all Jersey people and circus folk. That's all it is down there, and it's either heaven or hell for you. It's up to you to decide.
Nick, I love you so much. I do. and I agree.
We should go to Sarasota one day. Spring break.
Let's
baby.
do it. Oh, remote podcast.
Spring break. There's a Survive Anything store down there.
Survive Anything?
It just sells like zombie apocalypse bows and arrows, I think.
Nick, let's do it. We'll do a remote podcast from there. Nick, this was a lot of fun. I now live in the fear of Jersey God. I cannot break these commandments, especially because I made them. But before we let you go, you need to compete in the Garden State Gauntlet Commandment Edition.
Gauntlet so much.
All these questions are related to the commandments. Are you ready?
I'm good. Here we go.
Where is Central Jersey?
It's wherever the air tag on the goose is.
What's your favorite highway?
Oh, Route 80, by far.
What's your favorite Bruce Springsteen song?
The river.
Classic. If you could bring one food from another state to New Jersey, what would it be?
A really good pierogies upstate New York.
Where in upstate New York?
There's a giant roadside gnome, and I found pierogies next to it. And I can figure out where that was.
I'm thinking like Texas brisket, LA tacos. Nah, pierogies from
I
the
found
gnome in upstate New York.
Roadside pierogies in upstate once. It was good.
Roadside pierogi would be a good Instagram handle.
Somewhere near Woodstock.
What is the single worst beach behavior? I feel like we might have touched on this.
If it's not the radio, it's not picking up after your dog if you're on a dog beach. Because the worst thing you can hear on a beach is, "Oh God, I just stepped in dog shit."
I hadn't thought about that one.
Ugh.
Dog beaches are a lawless place. Well, they shouldn't be a lawless place. Is it Taylor ham or pork roll?
I grew up with Taylor ham. If you say pork roll, I don't care. If you care, I think less of you.
What's your favorite Jersey stereotype?
The way I'm talking right now, because my accent comes out when I'm on this a little bit. Like I don't think I sound this way. Maybe it's just because I got the cans on, but it's a little bit. I got the cans on, baby. It's that. I don't sound like that. I'm doing it now. I can't stop. It's like quicksand. The more I struggle, the deeper I sink.
Nick, it's always a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for educating us in all things Jersey and doing it in such a humorous way.
Education.
Where can dude, the mall episode, I learned a lot. The ugly places, I learned a lot. I drove by Ragtime yesterday completely organically, and I was like, "Hey, Nick Fierro, tell me about that spot." Organically. I was in the area eating pizza at Dominic's in Toto. Very good.
That's that Ragtime Springsteen wrote a song. It's called "The River."
Many rivers. Nick, where can people find you? Do you have dates? Do you have events coming up? Where can they follow you on social media? Blah, blah, blah. Please plug away.
Nick Fierro on all platforms. I picked an intentionally difficult name to spell. SCHTICKFIERRO. I don't know. The September 17th, I'll be hosting for Alex Nicholas for his special taping. That'll be really cool.
I will be there.
Departed Souls in Jersey City on the 24th. And then after that, I'm on the road. I'm going to Big Diamond Festival. I'm going to be at the Punks Can't Laugh in Toronto. And I'm going to be at Altercation Festival in Austin, Texas in November.
This is a beautiful example of a situation where if you're in Jersey, you can see Nick doing his fantastic comedy in person. But hey, we got some national dates for our boy. If you're a Jersey's Best podcast listener in Texas, pull up. It is worth the price of admission. Nick, thank you so much. Thank you to our audio producer, James Shapiro, our video producer, Dwayne Uzaro, and our executive producer, Bobby Olivier. Thank you to Schmutzadelis for our theme song. If you have questions, episodes ideas, guest suggestions, any thoughts at all, tell us we're great. Tell us we're bad. I don't care. Please email us at jerseysbestpodcast@gmail.com. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts. Every time I read all of them, people. Say mean things, say nice things, whatever. I want feedback. When you say I'm doing a good job, I especially like that, but keep it real and keep it real with 5 stars. And please consider subscribing to NJ.com. There's a link in our episode notes. New Jersey needs high-quality journalism, and our journalists need you. Tune in again next week for the latest episode of Jersey's Best Podcast. And remember, Jersey forever.